All right, here's a preliminary test of my back plate. Um, this should work. I've got my, as you can see, my tone generator set up. And over here, you can see that Audacity tells me, well, hang on just a minute. Let me put my cursor where it needs to go. You're seeing it just like I see it. Now, Audacity tells me that the peak hertz is at 331. That's when I did my tap test. I think I showed you how to do a tap test earlier. So I've got my tone generator set up. See here, I've got it set at 331 hertz. It's just running a plain old sine wave. I think that's how you call it. And so I've got it mounted on a little speaker with some blocks. So let's turn up the volume and see what happens. I'm going to turn it up slow. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. So you see these lines right here are called nodes. That's a good indication. Top and bottom. I got a little work to do right here. This would really need to be a little bit more evenly like that. So a little bit more scraping here and there. That's all good right here. So yeah, that is the tuning part of it. So I got a little bit of scraping. I've got some things to do to even out that pattern. I'll retest it, but I'm actually at 331. So my target for the top plate is right at 350. So 350 minus 331 is like 19 hertz, 20 hertz, give or take. That's the optimal target position for both plates to be in harmony with each other. So I find it very interesting. I hope you do too. And we'll just go from there. I'll keep you updated. Okay, so I got so excited with the back plate with my results. I had given up on the top plate. And if you notice, I got the one F-hole cut, and I got the second one to yet to be cut out. I got that patch from the crack. But this is what I did. I thought I was being smart, and I fabricated a little plate that I was going to put on top of the speaker just to suspend it off the speaker to give me more platform room. And it wasn't working, so I thought I did something wrong, but then I realized, well, hey, let me try it back on top of the speaker because that's how I did it the first time. And this plate that you're looking at had a really nice pattern, almost like the bottom plate. So anyway, long story short, this is what the tap test did. Oh, once again, I got to move my cursor back. Give me just a second. All right, so that's the peak. You're looking for that peak, which comes out to 311 hertz, which is low because I need it to be at about 350-ish, but I haven't put the bass bar in yet, so that's all going to change. But just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what this plate is going to do. Now you're looking at this test just as I am. I have no idea what it's going to do, but notice I've got it set to 311, what Audacity said. Excuse my mess.
So you better be careful what you're doing.
So I'm gonna, my wife is fussing me. I'm gonna turn the volume up slowly. Let's watch what happens. Okay. first original pattern that I did before I cracked it, it had a really nice node right here. It had a really nice node right here. So right now it's a little uneven, but it's doing what I need it to do. I'm finally realizing, hey, I'm doing something right. So anyway, you're watching it just like I am, but I got to put a bass bar in here, and it's going to dramatically change the pitch, which what needs to do. So it's going to bring it back up a little bit, and we'll be right back where we need to be to make this thing sing. Okay. Okay. Been a while, at least a week, maybe not longer. Anyway, this is where we at. I am working on the bass bar. I got to finish gluing it in. Got my F holes all dug out, and somewhere back there is the bottom. If you notice, I've got the back side. Let me turn around. I got the back side all carved out. Again, went a little thin right here, so I got to fill all that in. And let's swing it back around. Before I go too much further. Oh, rakacha. Word of the day, rakacha. I don't need to tell you the rest. You know what's going to come next. Ask somebody, right? But today is such a beautiful day. Today's November 18th. Gotta have the chapstick. If you haven't done so thus far, my daughter turned me on to this cat on YouTube. His name is Broussard. Funny guy. All kinds of Cajun jokes. Anyway, you got to look up Cajun Titanic. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to give it away, but rakacha, and I was in bed last night trying to think of a Cajun phrase, which I might start. You know, these got to be funny, right? You gotta laugh. I'm still laughing. Esu, e rakacha, e chakabla. That means absolutely nothing. I know what individual words mean, but it's just a typical Cajun saying. This plate is just a little bit lower than F, especially since I cut out the F holes, but with the bass bar going on, and after it's glued in nice and tight, it should raise it back up pretty close to where I need it to be. And especially if you notice here, you see those lines? I've got to shave everything down to those lines. I've got to feather it out. As they say, you got to voice the bass bar. The bass bar is not going to be like that. It's too tall. Where those lines are, you know, I'm going to shave it down. Oh, there's a particular term for that, and I can't. It escapes my memory at the moment. But hang on, it's coming. Scallop. There we go. I knew I'd find it, because when I'm doing acoustic guitar, you kind of have to scallop the braces. And so yeah, so that's all gonna look a lot better by the time I'm done with it. So for now, we will say adieu, rakacha, and I got stories, but we're gonna save them because I still got a long way to go on this fiddle, and we'll get back later. Have a good day.